didn't have like, parents and grandparents leaving money, generational wealth behind. Like the generational wealth starts with Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're an oldie but a goodie, thank you so much for coming back to another video. Okay you guys, today I have an exciting video. This is my first video in my financial series that I'm finally bringing over to YouTube. So you want to be a millionaire, but you don't know where to start. You don't know what mindsets you need, you don't know how much you need to make to get there, and you don't know how much time is needed to get you to your millionaire status. So in this video, I'll be sharing 5 mindsets and just 5 things that you need to do to start getting on track to becoming a millionaire. Now, let me just start off by saying we need to start getting comfortable with saying millionaire, okay? I'm just gonna start with that because I think for some people, they may just look at the title or even hear the word millionaire and just get uncomfortable. Like for some people, it may be like, that is unattainable for me, or that is so much, I do not need to be a millionaire, I just want to have enough. Like, let's get comfortable with the word millionaire, okay? Personally, for me, I want to retire a millionaire, if not a multimillionaire, okay? I want to get to a point in my life that I no longer have to work for money. And the only way that I'm gonna get to do that is if I have accumulated at least $1 million in net worth to where I can live off of that assets, I can live off of that net worth, I can live off of the wealth that I've created, and I no longer have to work. I no longer have to produce money in my businesses. I no longer have to be doing that stuff because now I've accumulated this basket of wealth here. Not only can I use in my day-to-day life to live off of, but that is money that I can pass on to generations and generations, okay? We're talking generational wealth at this point, okay? We're not talking about surviving and just survival skills. This video is on accumulating wealth, on hitting millionaire status, on leaving a legacy behind. This is where I'm at in my financial journey. So this is what I'm going to be sharing. So the mindsets and the tips and tricks that I'll be sharing in this video have to do with becoming the millionaire next door. Now, this video is inspired by this book right here, which is called The Millionaire Next Door. So I did read this book a while back. I've actually read it twice now. And it just talks about different mindsets of the wealthy, okay? Especially the wealthy people in America, because every country is different. Every country invests and manages money differently. But we're talking about wealth in America, in the United States, and how millionaires move. Like, how did they get to become millionaires? How did they accumulate that kind of wealth? What kind of financial behaviors did they embody to be able to get to that point? Because I'm not going to go through the book, but the majority of the percentage of millionaires are not people that, got money from the lineage, right? A lot of them are self-made millionaires. That's definitely where I'm at, okay? I'm not a trust fund baby. I didn't have like, parents and grandparents leaving money, generational wealth behind. Like the generational wealth starts with me. Yes, and I don't know if that's where you're at in your journey, but all I know is generational wealth in my family is starting with me, okay? I am the generational curse breaker. I'm the one that has now the knowledge of the financial world to create a lineage, because before me, there was not that, okay? Parents, grandparents, great parents still had to work and didn't really get to retire millionaires, but we're changing that right here. The lineage starts with me. Okay, so let's get into it. Go ahead and grab your notebook, get your pen out, get, your laptop or whatever to take some notes. If you just want to skip forward and just really get to know how you become a millionaire, it is step number 4. But still, steps 1, 2, and 3 are still very important because it's all a learning process, right? And it's all buildable things. You're not just gonna wake up tomorrow and boom, have your account fully funded, and it just doesn't work that way, okay? Other disclaimer that I want to throw out in this video, and for all my financial videos, is that personal finance is personal, okay? That's why it's called personal finance. Yes, everybody's gonna go on their millionaire journey their own way. Okay, I'm gonna do it my way, you're gonna do it your way, but guess what? We're gonna get there. The first strategy on becoming the millionaire next door is, number 1, know where your money is going. Guys, this may seem like such a basic, like, duh, hello, we all have to do that. But you'll be surprised how many people just don't have control of their household expenses. So you need to know where your money is going. How much is going out the door? How much is coming in, okay? Sit down. There's so many different ways to go about this. I'm very old school. I literally have just like, on my iPad, I just write it down. So I write down all the household expenses, and then I write down how much money is coming in every month from different businesses and from just income, right? You need to have a budget, okay? And I don't like to use the word budget because I don't really call my way of doing it a budget. What I have is a spending plan. So my spending plan includes, again, the household expenses and also other expenses. I add all my expenses in there, not just household like bills, but my expenses, you know, insurance, my nails, my whatever. Like, I include everything that I spend on a monthly basis to maintain my life. So if you're somebody that goes and gets your hair done once a month, go ahead and put that in your spending plan. If you're somebody that likes to eat out twice a month, go ahead and make a little section on eating out. Give yourself some money there, but you need to know where your money is going, guys. A lot of people just don't know. They come up at the end of the month and they're like, you know what? I don't know. I had this money in my checking account and now it's gone. A lot of people are just throwing money out in like subscriptions and things like that. So this is the number one, the most basic step that, again, we can all do, right? You can do this. Honestly, after this video, you can sit down and be like, okay, this is my rent, this is my car payment, this is my insurance, and go ahead and get that monthly number. You need to know that monthly number because moving forward in more of the advanced steps in becoming a millionaire, you need to know that monthly number. Like, you just need to know it. So go ahead and just do that exercise now and break everything down, put everything in categories, and know where your money is going. Number two, this may be a little controversial. Some people may agree or not agree with this point, but number two is to live below your means. You know, some people are like, I make money and I make good money and I'm gonna spend it. To each their own, but I think if you want to fast track your way into millionaire status, you have to live below your means. Why? Because the excess money can then be invested. You know, it can go to certain buckets that is going to fast track your way into millionaire status. I don't know if you guys have heard or seen the statistics that even a lot of six-figure earners are still living paycheck to paycheck in this economy. Why? Because let's just use a round number of 100,000. That's about $8,000 a month. You know what? Let's just make it very round. Let's say $10,000 a month. Let's say you bring in $10,000, but you have a very expensive lifestyle. Let's say you like to go out, you like to shop. You're just spending that $10,000 every single month. You don't have money left over. Guess what? You are still living paycheck to paycheck, even though you're bringing in $10,000 a month. So it's not about what you bring in, it's about what you keep. I'm gonna say it again because that's a huge millionaire mindset. It's not about how much you bring in, but it's about what you keep. There are people, especially in that book, guys, I highly recommend that book. There's a lot of millionaires. There's people that became millionaires with regular middle, what is it called? Middle, oh my gosh, that just went out of my brain. Middle class economy, which was like, back then, you know, it was like maybe $70,000. Like, you had a normal job, right? You were making money. These people on the 60, 70K salaries retired millionaires. Why? Because they were living below their means and they were not trying to keep up with, you know, what they call lifestyle creep, which is means that every time you get like a raise or every time you get extra money, you're spending it. So you're just not managing your money well. So yeah, personally for me, I love living below my means. I feel like that helps me invest money. It helps me save money. It just helps me have excess money. The reason why I'm able to invest large amounts of money is because I live below my means. And you know, my lifestyle has maintained the same. Now, yes, I do travel more, I do spend more in like experiences and things, but for the most part, you know, my biggest life expenses are still the same. So I am able to put large amounts of money into investments so that I can fast track my way to millionaire status. Okay, so living below your means is something that I personally live by. I don't think that I like to make a bunch of money and just spend a bunch of money in my lifestyle. But you want to adopt the mindset of just because you can afford it does not mean that you can spend it. Again, this may be hard for some people. You know, if you have like a spending problem, or if you like to shop, or you like to spend every single dollar, okay? You have to kind of work backwards a little bit and also change your relationship with money, because sometimes, you know, money mindset is a huge thing, right? And sometimes we need to throw it all the way back to our childhood to see how we were raised with money. You know, were you somebody that like money was never available, so now that you became an adult and now that you have money, you just know like you have to spend it because life is short and you just need to spend your money? Is that your mindset, or are you raised with the mindset of save the money? It could go like, you know, there's two sides of the extreme. Maybe some people are raised with the mindset like we have to save every single dollar because we don't know if tomorrow we're gonna be poor, tomorrow we're gonna be rich. You know what I'm saying? So there's two sides of the extreme. So you have to kind of, you know, work through your relationship with money. But at the end of the day, you want to have extra money at the end of each month so that you have cushion to put it into different areas, which we're gonna talk about. So number 3 millionaire mindset is do not keep up with the Joneses. This was such a big one in this book. Like, I feel like it talked about it so much to the point where, like, throughout the book there was 2 sides and there was like 2 people. One of them was actually a doctor, which was not a millionaire, and then one of them was like a normal person. I forget what their career was in the book, but it was another person that had like a normal career, and this person was a millionaire. And they compared like the doctor with this person and how they went about their life, and how the doctor retired and was not a millionaire, and this person was able to retire at like 50 something as a millionaire. And they kind of went like throughout their whole lifestyle. And the doctor in the book, like, he was definitely a keeping up with the Joneses kind of person. Like, when he graduated medical school, like, they went and got a huge house. You know, that's where all the doctors and lawyers and like professional people lived in that neighborhood. So they went and got a huge house. They had a big mortgage. They had a bunch of cars. Like, they were living the doctor lifestyle, you know, the millionaire lifestyle that sometimes you see, but you don't see the debt behind it. Sometimes we see these people living these lavish lifestyles, but you don't see the debt behind it, okay? You don't see how much it took. So yes, that's gonna be a huge advice. Do not keep up with the Joneses, okay? True wealth is silent. Oh my gosh, have I learned that over the past few years. True wealth is silent. The actual wealthy people that I have met throughout my life, you know, throughout my business life, like I've met and networked so many people, and the true wealthy people, they're not flashy. They're not out here like boasting about their money. They're just silent. They are silently stacking money, okay? So true wealth is silent. You don't have to like keep up and just keep up with the lifestyle creep. You know what I'm saying? Like the next newest car, the next biggest apartment, the next biggest house, the next latest phone, like just these big expenses. Remember, you don't get wealthy by throwing all your money out the window. So big one, guys, it's all about appearances, right? So you know, your goal is to not just look rich, but be rich. I don't know about you, but that is definitely my goal. I actually don't even want to look rich. Like, I could care less what people in my day-to-day life think, family, friends, social media, whatever. I could care less. My goal is to actually be rich. I want my bank account to look rich. And who has access to my bank account? Literally, not social media, not family, friends, you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter how you look from the outside. What matters is what them investment accounts are looking like, what them zeros are looking at, what them commas are looking like. And I'm the one that has access to that. So I care about what that looks like. I don't care what it looks like from the outside looking in. So again, think about the biggest expenses in your life. A lot of times for most people, it's gonna be your home and your car. So whether that's an apartment, whether that's a house, whatever it is, those are usually the 2 biggest expenses going out the window every month. Yeah, this is a good area to kind of look and see, like, are you overspending in rent? Are you overspending in your mortgage? Are you overspending in this car just because you want to keep up with looking like you have money, and now you have the new 2024 car, or you have to have that Mercedes-Benz because you want to look like you're rich, but deep down, that car payment is a big, thick amount of your check. So again, these are just areas for you to start looking, to start thinking, right? We're starting to think like millionaires, okay? Also in the book, the cars was a huge one where they compared like in the book, it's called Under Accumulators of Wealth, which just means people that don't accumulate a lot of wealth. So the statistics and the surveys and everything, it showed that this side, the under accumulators, they all had like luxury cars and all this stuff. And then the actual like millionaires and the wealthy people, you know, it was crazy, like their mindset when it came to cars. And that's, you know, something that I really learned in the book, because cars, number one, is like such a depreciating asset, you guys. I think we all know this. I think if anything, like a car is like the biggest L that we can all take if we buy like something super expensive, especially if we end up financing it, because then you're losing money in interest and the car's losing value. Like, you're basically financing a depreciating asset, which is working backwards from how you want to be working when you're investing, okay? You want to be putting money into an asset that is going to grow over time, grow in value rather than losing value like a car, okay? So pay attention to the cars that you drive, you know, the houses that you end up buying, your mortgage, your interest rates, pretty much all of that category. Okay, let's get to number 4, the true way, the true mindset on how you're gonna become a millionaire. I've said this before, and I remember hearing this like years ago when I first started, you know, networking and talking to millionaires. You guys have probably heard me say it, but I'm gonna say it. Make your money work for you. Make your money work for you. Let's define it. Let's talk about it. Let's explain what that even means. Number one, making your money work for you, that means investing. You have to invest. You cannot save your way to millionaire status. You cannot work your way to millionaire status. You can, but do you want to? Yeah, like I'd rather have my money make money for me and put my money to work rather than I have to go, go work hard in this business, go create another business, like constantly be producing money, okay? We want our money producing money for us. And how do we do that? You're probably like, how? That sounds way too easy. That sounds fake. Well, my friends, that is what is called investing, okay? Investing is putting your money into certain areas and having that money 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and start making money for you. So the first mindset and the first step, start investing in the global economy instead of being a consumer. Huge, huge mindset shift. I am now at the point where I do not like to put all my dollars, my hard work dollars that I grinded out in this business and go spend it as a consumer, right? No, I want to put my dollars and invest them into the global economy. I want to grab a little piece of that stock. I want to own a little piece of that. Where do I spend most of my dollars? Airlines. Okay, so guess what? I own little pieces of the airlines. I own a little piece of Delta stock. I own a little piece of American Airlines stock. Global economy means stocks, okay? You have to invest in the global economy, guys, okay? Instead of spending all your money in the economy, you want to own pieces of the economy. A lot of people get confused with this. They don't know how to do it. For the most part, it's straightforward, right? You open up a brokerage account and then you can pick stocks. You can either invest in individual stocks, you can invest in mutual funds, index funds. I like to have a variety of stuff. So I know I have index funds, I know I have mutual funds. I do own a few individual stocks. I don't really like to invest that way because that is like hit or miss, right? Like if a company grows, that's great. But if a company goes bankrupt, so does your money. So I don't like to invest in individual stocks like that, but I do own baskets of stocks, which is like my index funds, my mutual funds, and things like that. So yeah, that's the biggest like mindset shift that you have to do. You have to change your mind from being a consumer to being an investor, okay? All right. The next way that we're gonna make our money work for us is a high yield savings account. I probably should have started with this one before the economy because this is like the most basic thing you can do, okay? You can open up a high yield savings account and put your money in there rather than keeping it in a checking account or in a traditional savings account with like your neighborhood bank, because it's not gonna earn you a lot of interest, okay? A high yield savings means that it's paying you interest. So I like to keep my emergency fund in a high yield savings account. I don't touch that money, that's just emergency fund. But guess what? Every month I get paid from that account. Like just for having my money sitting in there, I get paid every single month. Now I can withdraw that money and go spend it if I wanted to, right? I could withdraw that money and pay some bills with it if I wanted to, but I don't. I leave it in there and then let it compound again next month and then compound again the next month. And even if I'm not contributing money to that emergency fund, the interest is paying itself and it's just growing itself. Like the money is literally in there working for you. I'm not doing anything. I'm not putting money in there. That account is just paying me for having my money in there. So very, very important that we change our mindset from keeping our money saved under the mattress or in a checking account, like in a savings account. Before I knew anything about finances and investing, I had a lump sum of money sitting in my Wells Fargo savings account. I'll never forget this because I was so naive. And I just had a large sum of money. This was actually my down payment for my house. And I had it just chilling in there in my Wells Fargo savings account for years. It wasn't moving. It wasn't building interest. It was just sitting there. Like it wasn't doing anything. And now that I have the financial knowledge, I know not to do that. I don't even have a traditional savings account. The only savings that I have is my high yield savings. And that account pays me every month, like I said. Okay, the next point on making your money work for you is going to be to start thinking about retirement now. I know that a lot of people just don't even think about retirement. Like retirement is a thing that it's like seems so far away, and people are like, why would I be contributing money to a retirement account when I could be spending that money now? That is not a millionaire mindset, okay? That is not a millionaire way of thinking, because true wealth accumulators and people that are wanting to become millionaires, they know that their retirement account is the one account that can grow. You have so much potential with this account because you have a lot of time, right? So I'm 31 right now. I don't plan to touch my retirement until I'm 59 or 60. That account is specific. I'm not saying I'm gonna wait to retire until that age. I'm saying that that account, right? My retirement account, I'm not gonna touch until I'm 59 or 60. So that gives me 30 years to let money compound, compound, compound. Let's talk about what compounding even means. Compound interest means that the money that you have in the account is going to continue to grow, right? It just continues to grow. The best way I could explain this is with a credit card. If you're in credit card debt, you know that you're paying interest every month. So compounding interest is working against you if you have credit card debt, because that means that, let's say you owe $1,000 this month. Well, guess what? Next month you owe more, even if you don't spend on it. And then if you don't pay it that month, now that third month you owe more. So the balance is growing. So when we think about us investing and compounding interest, we're trying to use compound interest to our favor, right? So that means that I put $1,000 here, and then next month it's gonna grow to a new amount, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So start thinking about retirement now, because the longer time that you have, the better outcome you have, because time is of the essence when it comes to compounding interest. You will truly see money like multiply and multiply and multiply year after year, the longer that it is in an investment account. So yes, don't be one of those people that are like, oh, retirement seems so long ago. I'll think about that when I'm 40, or I'll think about that when I'm 50. No, the best time to think about it is right now. The more years that you have, the better. I wish I could go back when I was 20 and start contributing to my retirement account then, but it's okay. I didn't have that knowledge, but guess what? I had the knowledge. When did I start? I think like 28 is when I started contributing to my retirement account, and now I am on track for that one account to make me a millionaire. And that's just one account, okay? I have multiple investment accounts, but my retirement account, best believe she is on track to make me a millionaire by 59 if all else fails. If all my other accounts, you know, things happen and whatever, that retirement account, I already know I'm gonna be a millionaire, okay? So retirement accounts are things like your 401k, your 403b, your Roth IRA, your solo 401k. If all these things sound like, what is that? You may want to sit down with a financial advisor that can give you personal advice on what accounts are going to be best for you. Because like I said, personal finance is personal. We all make money different. We all spend money different, and we all manage money different. So yeah, it never hurts to go to a professional and sit down and be like, this is my financial picture. Like, what should I do? I'm an entrepreneur. I own multiple businesses, so I don't qualify for a 401k, right? I don't have an employer. I am my own employer, so I have my own retirement accounts that I had to create, and I contribute up to, you know, whatever each of these accounts allow you to contribute. The retirement accounts are amazing because there are some accounts that are tax sheltered, meaning that you put money into it, and as it grows, that is an advantage that only the retirement accounts can do for you. Like a traditional savings, like high yield savings, things like that, the money that you make from interest, you still have to pay taxes on. So retirement accounts are like my favorite because tax-free, like that is amazing. And the last mindset that I want to share with you guys on fast tracking your way to millionaire status is to pick categories where you want to spend guilt-free, and then you want to cut back on other categories. So this mindset I actually learned from a different book, which is called I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. And he talks all about your rich life. So that's like his motto and stuff. Is like, what is your rich life? Again, everybody's definition of what it means to be rich and live amazing is gonna be different for everybody, right? So again, you wanna pick the certain categories where you just want to spend guilt-free. So for example, for mine, that's travel. And I feel like y'all can see that, right? I like to travel. I don't cut back on travel. I don't budget my travel. I just travel. Like that is a category that if I want to go on a trip, I'm going on a trip, right? But I also cut back on other categories where I was like, these categories don't mean all that much to me. So number one, luxury designer shopping. I used to do more luxury designer shopping, and now as I've gotten older, like that just means nothing to me. Like it's so irrelevant. Like I get no excitement of going into Louis Vuitton and buying a bag. Like 5 years ago, maybe, yeah, that was super exciting to go get my never full bag. Like even last year for my birthday in Dubai, I went luxury shopping crazy in Dubai. I was in Van Cleef, I was in Louis Vuitton, I was in YSL, I got a bag. What else did I get? Like I was literally in and out of stores. I spent over $10,000 on a shopping spree, and like now looking back, I'm like, yeah, like it does not excite me to go to Chanel and buy a bag for $4,000. It just does not excite me. So that is one category that I've cut out or cut back. No, don't clock me if you see me with some new shades or something, but you know, that's like not a category that I'm just going to go and blow my money. I'd rather do that and buy a business class seat to Qatar or something, you know? I've also cut back on mindless shopping. Okay, not shopping altogether, but mindless shopping. I used to be such a shopaholic, especially during my, like, you know, student life. I feel like that was like my, you know, I loved rewarding myself. And because I couldn't really travel when I was a student, because, you know, I had school and stuff, I feel like my rewards was like going shopping. And I used to go crazy in Sephora. I was like, what was it? What is it that it's called? The VIB Rouge. Like, I was VIB Rouge in Sephora. I was like an Ulta Platinum. Like, I was spending so much in these makeup stores and these perfume stores, like shoes. Oh my gosh, shoes. I'm still a shoe girl, but I was going crazy buying shoes, just shopping, guys. Amazon, oh my goodness, Amazon. So that is a category that I've just cut back on, like just mindless shopping. Like, I don't like to just grab my phone and just go scroll. Like, this is just an activity for me. Now, if I'm, you know, I have an event, whatever, I want to buy a nice jewelry piece. I've been really into investing in jewelry pieces, like, you know, just nice, solid gold, you know what I'm saying? Like a nice piece of jewelry that I can wear. But yeah, like the mindless, just, oh, let me buy this random vase for my house. Like, home decor was a category that I would go crazy. Like, I would see something and I'm like, yeah, look. And next thing you know, I'm just collecting stuff. Like, a lot of stuff is just collecting dust. So it's like mindless shopping. I cut that out just so that I can spend on the categories that I do want to spend, which is travel, you know, convenience. I don't mind spending for convenience and things that are gonna make my life easier. My pet, she is a category. Like, I have a dog, and, you know, whatever she needs, you know, good quality food, good quality vet appointments, good quality supplements, good quality grooming. Like, you know, that's a category that I don't feel bad spending on. So yes, like I'm saying, pick categories that you want to spend in, and then cut out categories that don't mean that much to you, and you will see how your money starts moving in different ways. And now you may have an extra $200-300 a month left over that you can now put into your investment account. You can now go buy stocks with, and you can now put it into your brokerage account. You could put it into your high yield savings. Like, now this money is working for you rather than what? Being spent as a consumer. Okay, you guys, so that is gonna be it for this video. These are my top 5 millionaire mindsets that you can start today. You can start right after this video and start to practice and start to get into new mindsets so that we can fast track our way to becoming millionaires. Like I said, number 4 is the biggest one. You definitely want to be investing, okay? If you didn't catch anything else from this video, just remember that I said you can't save and work your way to millionaire status, but you can invest your way there. And that's the best way to do it because it doesn't require effort from you. All it requires is putting money into the right accounts and essentially paying yourself first. Like, I don't even see me putting money towards my retirement account. Like, I don't see that as like, oh, this money's going nowhere. Or like me putting money into my stock accounts. I don't see that as like, oh, I don't want to spend on this. Like, if anything, I'm so excited. That's like me paying my future self. And my future self comes before all these other bills. It comes before that Mercedes-Benz. It comes before whatever, right? I want to make sure I have enough money every single month to pay future me 10 years from now, me 20 years from now. I want her to be well off. So that's my priority. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm very passionate about the topic of finance because that's the journey that I'm on. And it's just so exciting to me. Like, it's so exciting knowing that we're working to be well off. Like, that's just so amazing. And like I said earlier in the video, like, knowing that the lineage starts with you is such an empowering feeling. So I love this topic. This is one of many financial topics that are coming in the future. Like I said, I am going to sit down in a different video and break down every account that I have and pretty much share with you guys my millionaire portfolio, which I have different things in there. Okay, I have retirement, I have stocks, I have real estate, I have, you know, I have different things in my portfolio. So I'm gonna break that down for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.